Here we go, everybody, with the Kia Knicks postgame show. Final seconds of regulation. Knicks are down 3. Julius Randle against Tobias Harris, and it goes to overtime. Randle called for a foul that the Knicks could not challenge. Randle down 1 for the win. No. And the Sixers prevail in overtime, 101-100. Oh, mercy. From our Delta MSG studios, Bill Pito and Alan Hahn, it is great theater, but what an agonizing outcome tonight.
There's no doubt about it. Agonizing is the word. This is a game at home that you want to win. This is an opponent that's first in the East, missing their MVP candidate that they've been playing without and playing very well without. 2 very good defensive teams, 2 of the top 5 defensive teams in the league, and it was a grinder. There's no question about it. And the Knicks at times in this game looked like they were down for the count and kept fighting back. And every time this game had emotional roller coasters like you. I mean, this is like 2 minutes ago, you're high, the next minute, like you're low, up and down, because you take a 4-point lead, then somebody makes it 3, and now it's a 1. It's unbelievable. And for it to come down to a call like that, which if they did review it, it would not have been overturned. Let's be honest. It would not have been overturned. He had the forearm in his back. We'll show it in a minute. But the point is that all right, let's take a look at it now, because you can see Leon Wood, the baseline
Sixers
official,
down 1.
Right. Is
Milton
looking,
a miss. And then
you see the push. He pushes him in the back as the shot goes up. He gets a forearm in the back as the shot goes up, and Harris goes now through. Would Harris have had an opportunity to get that rebound regardless? Maybe, maybe not. But if you watch the replay, you see contact. That call's not getting overturned regardless, right?
Now,
that's the truth. Now, it's frustrating because the question is, do you really make that call at that point of the game? Like, is that the call you make? Because that happens in an NBA game a lot and doesn't get called. But you call it there in that moment. That's the point where you ask yourself, is that really the call? But technically, yes, it is.
Okay, but the Knicks didn't even get their day in court, so to speak, because they didn't get the challenge. Now, Tom Thibodeau called timeout.
Right. Green light never went on, though.
Okay, so maybe they didn't hear him say challenge?
Perhaps.
Whatever it is, and we're obviously standing by for Tom Thibodeau's post-game comments, the Knicks did not get the challenge. They didn't have a chance for these guys, Leon Wood and Kirkland, the 2 refs, to take a look at that to potentially overturn the call.
Right, and that's the part I think where we have to hear from Tom Thibodeau to get his side of it. I'm sure there'll be a pool reporter, and what happens is the media gets together, and there's one reporter that's selected that does speak with the officials after the game to get a quote from the officials to explain their side of it. So that should happen tonight. We'll check and see on social media if that is eventually posted, because you do want to hear what the officials' side of it. Of course, Coach will have his, and then the officials will explain why they didn't go to the review, and it'll probably be pretty blunt. They'll probably say they never heard him call for the review. Again, no green light went on. As far as I could see, green light never went on. That indicates when there's going to be an official review. There wasn't in this case.
And as it is, Randle had an in and out for the win.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The drama.
Still could have gone down.
It was tied up after 3, and it was a grinder down the stretch for sure. Let's take us through all of the things that happened between these 2 teams.
Yeah, the fourth quarter, I mean, we forget how just exciting the fourth quarter was. These 2 teams was a slugfest in this game. Julius Randle knocks down that 3 right there, and the Knicks are down 2, 75-73. Ben Simmons, a little quiet in this game. Remember, he had a knee issue while he sat out last night's game. Didn't have a huge game, but that's a big layup there, 81-75. How about another 3 from Julius Randle? Feeling good in his matchup, knocks that one down. These are huge threes because it kept the Knicks from falling back in this game. Nerlens Noel had his shot blocked, and he takes it. How about this little scoop action?
He had a great game tonight.
Yes, he did. Double-double for him, 83-80. R.J. Barrett, a strong game for him as well, and I mean strong. Powers to the basket. He hits that, 83-82 Knicks. And how about Thibault here? These threes, like, it's incredible. Like, it just felt like every time. You see the expression from Burks? We all felt like that, Alec. We all felt like that. Then here's the Burks 3 from the baseline. He knocks that down. You're feeling good as the Knicks take the lead. Again, back and forth we go. Long Island's Danny Green. He says, floater, got ya.
Did
now
nothing,
it's 88-85.
Did nothing for the first 3 quarters.
And then he all of a sudden got out. Here's the big shot here. Time running out. Julius Randle, coffin corner, still alive. Look at that bounce. That's the home rims for you, baby. So we go to OT, Bill. Why not? Extra basketball.
And then, the Knicks had gotten one close-in miss after another,
a lot of misses at the rim.
And they finally got the roll there to force overtime. So 88-88 after regulation, and then that set it up for the extra period.
Yeah, and an exciting overtime where the Knicks actually started out in this OT well, and it looked like maybe the Sixers finally hit fatigue, finally got frustrated. Who knows? But Alec Burks knocked down this three. Early three-point lead for the Knicks. Feeling good. But nope, Danny Green from North Babylon knocks that one down. Danny Green's been in 3-and-D for a long time in this league as a second-round pick, and he was doing that in this game. Alec Burks, layup, drives right by him. He finishes, so it's 2-point game once again. But Danny Green, R.J. Barrett couldn't play better defense. Step back, snap. That's frustrating. Now you're down one all of a sudden.
But the Knicks went up by 4.
It really is amazing. Ben Simmons with the skyhook here. Tom Thibodeau wanted a timeout after this. Frustrated. Knicks down 3. But again, a response. Every time someone felt like they were in control, there was a big shot made the other side. Alec Burks again, smooth, knocks it down. And how about this? A rebound, Burks looks up. RJ with the finish. Poised for a 20-year-old.
Barrett had 19, another great game for him.
Doc calls timeout. He's not happy. How about this ball movement? Bounce pass, three-pointer, shot clock buzzer, bang.
Up 4 here,
That's the up 4 right there, 100-96. But then Tobias knocks that one down. And then Tobias, look at this.
Gets fouled.
There's the foul.
Milton on the miss.
It's just,
I don't know.
Do you call that, Bill? Do you call it? Does he have to call that? He does ride him out, but does he have a chance for that rebound? That's the question.
When you look at the back angle, it looked like Randle did
definitely
have his
makes contact. Now, still a good look here. Look.
Right.
It's a good look.
Yeah.
But you get 1 bounce a game, and he already got it.
Yeah.
Frustrating to no doubt. Frustrating to no doubt. But remember, early in this game, the score was 17-4, 19-6. The Knicks have been struggling early in this game, but battle back, and then it turned into a slugfest. And that's just going to be the Knicks' MO. That's who they're going to be. The problem is now you're 1-5 in the division. That's an issue. There's no question there. The Sixers have your number. You haven't beaten them in 15 straight games.
I tell you,
that's a good team.
The Knicks in the first quarter, worst first quarter of the entire year, 15 points. You're watching this, you mentioned they're down 17-4, 19-6, 15 points in the first quarter. You're ready to turn off the TV set. One thing about
Never
this
do
team,
that. Yeah.
Don't turn off the TV set.
Not this year.
But they very easily could have won in Philly on Tuesday night. And they very easily could have won this one tonight.
Yeah, and these are key games. Let's remember also where they are right now. You're jockeying for position. Ideally, you want to stay out of the 7-10. You're at 6. You were at 6 going into the night, and you want to stay above that fray if you can. But games like this, you got to have these games. These are the games that later in the season you say, man, we lost that game by 1. You had that game, in Philly. You had a chance. These are games that you worry about costing you. But let's not forget where the Sixers are right now in the standings, where the Knicks are right now as a franchise. This is a good battle. You learn from it. You got to move on. But you hope that these don't come back to haunt you late in the year when, of course, it's time to clinch a berth.
Worth pointing out here that there's a key injury in the Eastern Conference with LaMelo Ball last night for Charlotte, breaking his hand.
Yep.
Considered the front runner for Rookie of the Year, and the thinking now is that he's going to be out for the year. So that could be a huge loss for a team that the Knicks could very well be fighting.
Something certainly keep an eye on. They're calling it a wrist fracture. They're going to get a second opinion on the X-ray, but the reports are that he could miss the rest of the season, and he's been a key factor to their success this year. Now, again, they'll get a second opinion, but here's where the injury happened as he falls down late in that game against the Clippers, tries to brace himself, and right now they're saying the team is officially saying he's out indefinitely, but the reports are that he could be out for the season. That would be a huge loss for them. And again, the Knicks have had their own injury issues as well. Mitchell Robinson comes back tonight, then goes back out of the game because his back of his leg gets kicked. He has a little bit of an ankle issue. They haven't had Derrick Rose in 8 straight games. So they also want to get healthy. Everybody in the league is going to be dealing with injuries. But The key is how healthy can you stay as you're battling with these other teams around you to make the playoffs. The Hawks have won 8 in a row. They're all of a sudden playing great, so they're back in the fray. So that's why I say, like, games like this are critical, and it's just that one moment that can cost you the game. It did for the Knicks, and you just hope this doesn't come back to haunt you late in the season.
Next 2 for the Knicks, Tuesday and Thursday against the Wizards at home. 2 huge games when you consider the overall picture of the Eastern Conference.
Absolutely.
All right, what does Tom Thibodeau have to say about the challenge that he wanted but did not get? His post-game comments coming up.